video. The dark reality of Black Friday. Big Tug video. Haven't seen one of these in a while.
Black Friday, an apocalyptic day where the average man will beat another man for the chance of a good deal. Like your first month of Extra Tug over at extratug.com for only $1. That's right, full access to the Extra Tug catalog for only $1 on your first month if you use this
Only $1?
discount code SELLOUT. Oh, damn it, I died, and I can't swear right away in the video, so Chris is gonna have to bleep that.
Yes, my child, you have died. Welcome to what we call heaven.
What we call heaven. Okay, that's a weird caveat to put on that, but you're God, I assume?
Yes, I'm God.
What am I
feel like
watching
that's
right
pretty
now?
obvious for what we're doing right now.
Wow, a plain white tee, much like I'm wearing. Seems like we didn't have a costume budget for this episode.
How about you shut up about that? And also, why are you here? How did you die?
Well, I guess you could say
How did you die? I got trampled during a Black Friday deal. I died in a Target because somebody pushed over a glass panel and everybody stepped on my body and I got crushed to death. The fact that people died that way, when was the last time something like that happened? That has to be like 8 years ago. More. Black Friday shopping's dead. Nobody does Black Friday anymore. Malls still get a lot of traction and places do Black Friday deals, but they're always like, dude, Black Friday, for those of you that don't remember or you never knew, Black Friday used to be like 90% off. Like they were losing money selling shit or like breaking even. It was just to kind of like make products popular. And so it was a huge deal. Like you would go to Best Buy, there would be something that's like 85% off. So you had to pull up because it's like you're basically getting an item for less than a fourth of the price that it actually used to cost. Now it's like Black Friday deals aren't just on Black Friday. They're from like October to December. And it's shit that's 30% off. And here's the catch. And this is what they used to do and they still do it now. Black Friday deals are a scam. If they say something's 85% off, it's not actually 85% off. It's 85% off of the list price. And they up the list price the day before Black Friday or the week before Black Friday so they can tank it 85% of its list price. So say the product normally costs $20. It's not 85% off $20. They're going to up it to $35 and then cut it 85% and then do the math, just rough estimate, say it's like $15 now, $12 now. So it's still off, but it's really actually like 40% off instead of like 85% off, but you're a stupid human, so you don't recognize that because we're genetically not made to fucking understand that process. So you just go 85% off and you freak out and you go buy it. Now they do that with 30% off, but they upmarket a little bit, and it's actually like 10% off.
I died celebrating Jesus, in a way. I guess we could go with that.
Oh, okay, that's pretty rad. I'm gonna need a couple more details, though. Seems like you're hiding something.
Okay, feel like you should already know that. But I guess this is how you work, right? Like, you need me to say it in order for it to be real. I don't really know Christianity. Anyway, it was a Black Friday sale, and everyone was getting a little antsy.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And I was, in the spirit of Jesus, I was crushed while trying to run away with a 65-inch flat-screen TV for $200.
I see, my child. And what compelled you to lose your...
Dude, and that's the crazy thing is flat screens have gotten so much cheaper now that you could get like what people were killing each other over in 2012 today for less than the price that they bought it for on a Black Friday deal. Like flat screens used to be so fucking expensive. In like 2010, now you could get like a shitty fucking Roku TV that's still 60 inches, 1080p for like $150.
Your life for a Vizio.
It was the temptation of the 50% off Black Friday deal, sir. I don't think that was worth dying for. I think we can both agree.
But my son, you see, you were deceived. The TV prices were jacked up right before it went on sale so they could promise a bigger discount.
What? No, Father, no!
Yes, and for the sin of lusting after Black Friday, I must now send you to hell. Honestly, you were never gonna make it to heaven. I've seen all that Extra Tug stuff and it's kind of lame, and also you're a little pussy dork.
Okay. I feel like that was a sales pitch, but then you called me a dork at the end.
You're a pre-watch Peter? Bro, I've talked about this every Black Friday. That's like common knowledge. Even like Cyber Monday shit, they do that. People don't talk about it, bro, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. Cyber Monday, oh my God, 75% off. List price, they upped it. Check the fucking history. The price went up $45 before they slashed it 70%.
Black Friday. Did you guys like that skit? I feel bad for Chris because he's gonna have to edit the out of that, and I feel like it's going to be really hard and honestly look really bad, even though it's not his fault. For many Americans, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I love that guy. He does the same video every year. Always, that video gets popular every year around Christmas, and it's so awesome.
Chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, while some freak named Jack Frost nips at your nose. But we all know the actual reason for the holiday. Spending, spending, spending. That cold, hard cash. That cold, hard Kohl's cash. That's right.
I'm already done Christmas shopping. You got to get that shit done early, bro. It's just peace of mind, man. It's like such a stressful thing. How? Because this is what happens. November comes around. I'm not thinking about anything. Randomly one day, I'm like watching TV, and I go, oh, fucking Christmas is in a month. Oh! And then I write down all the names of the people I need to get gifts for, and the next day, I buy all the gifts. I spend 3 hours just fucking doom scrolling. And I'm like, they want this. I order everything.
Right? The lining of baby Jesus' manger is not hay, it is cold, hard Benjamins. Gallup estimates that the average American will spend $1,000 on Christmas gifts this year. I don't know what kind of American that is. I'm not spending $1,000. You guys, I don't love my family that much. And the signaling of the beginning of this annual shopping spree is always the day after Thanksgiving, also known as Black Friday. If this idea of co-opting a religious
I will say I do miss the vibes of like Black Friday shoppers that after Thanksgiving dinner, they would go post up outside of a GameStop for fucking 12 hours. Sorry, I gotta leave Thanksgiving dinner early. I gotta go sleep in a tent outside of GameStop. The new consoles are going to be fucking 80% off.
And that's not even the worst part of this disturbing Christmas tradition. Tuglets, get ready for a deep dive past discounts and extended shopping hours to discover the darker side of Black Friday. One that has a body count. People have died to get a Ninja Blendy, or whatever the hell they're called.
But first, let's do an ad.
Oh, I love that intro for an ad. I should start doing that. I should really start doing that.
It's proven time and time again that putting black in front of a word is usually not a good sign. You have blackouts, blackmail, black eyed peas. They had that one song where they had to rename it Let's Get It Started, but we all know how that actually started. The term Black Friday was initially used to describe the US gold market crash in 1869. You guys want a little bit of history? You thought we're just gonna talk about people dying for flat screens? No, we're gonna learn a little something today, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna take it like a good little girl. Boy, sorry, that got weird. The late 19th century in America was an era of powerful industrialists known as robber barons, who often exploited natural resources and politics.
Wait, what? I never knew the history. I never asked the history of Black Friday. I always just assumed randomly people were like, hey, after Thanksgiving, people want to spend money for Christmas, so why don't we just make everything on sale? I never really thought there was like an actual history behind it.
Industrialists known as robber barons, who often exploited natural resources and politicians to amass great wealth. This was in the past, though. These people don't exist anymore, robber barons. We should start calling these robber barons. That would be perfect. Although this was a little different, because this was back when government intervention in business was extremely minimal and regulations were practically unheard of. So it was pretty easy for railroad developer Jay Gould and stockbroker Jim Fisk to buy as much gold as possible while convincing the government not to release any to the public. This drove up the price of gold for these robber barons while they were able to sell it back to the public for inflated rates. But when President...
Oh my God! That is like the biggest monopoly shit ever. You have so much money that you can individually raise the price of gold and then sell it back to the people for the inflated price. You buy gold for $1,000, you just keep buying gold, the price keeps going up, and then you just dump it onto the average person for fucking $4,000.
Grant found out about their scheme. Ooh, old conniving President Grant. Oh, if it wasn't for you, Grant, he ordered the U.S. Treasury to sell a large amount of gold, increasing the supply and accidentally causing a crash that left many investors and businesses to lose entire fortunes. Now, while the
Yeah, fucking good, bro. What? What? I feel like, bro, that is a problem in society if you find a loophole so lucrative that you could literally just, like, circularly buy and sell gold in mass amounts because you have so much money that you could just change the price yourself.
crash hurt the economy big time. Gould and Fisk, Gould or Gold, I don't know. Gould and Fisk got out without any consequences, pretty much. So even though its origins didn't involve good deals on home entertainment systems, the first Black Friday already had a bad economic stank for the average American. But by the end of the 19th century, post-Thanksgiving shopping became big business. Chris, put those words big on the screen. Big business! Thank you. Many department stores sponsored Thanksgiving parades, and as part of the festivities, would open their doors to
Oh my God, the Macy's Day Parade. Do you guys still watch that? I feel like I should for nostalgia purposes. Yeah, big business. Big business marketed the Macy's Day Parade, made Thanksgiving a whole thing about business. I feel like I watch it, but it's cringe now. It's always been cringe. You just never noticed. It's always been cringe. Is the Macy's Day Parade where those two like NBC co-hosts get really drunk? If that's what's it, or is that New Year's? Either way, I love when they do that. I love seeing like news anchormen get really fucking hammered on like national TV. Just doing like, yeah, I think that's New Year's, not St. Patty's. I'm pretty sure New Year's Day it's like Andy something and like his co-host will take a shot every like 30 minutes or something leading up to the new year, and they get pretty drunk.
The shoppers at the end of the festivities. This was a marketing tool that started as an unofficial beginning to the holiday shopping spree. But in 1939, I don't know if you guys are history buffs or not, but there was a little snafu. Thanksgiving had always been celebrated on the last Thursday of every November, but the No Nut Month actually had 5 Thursdays in 1939. So no, this isn't about World War II. I thought it was going to be. I thought it had something to do with Hitler. It doesn't.
Wait, what? There was a month where November had 5 Thursdays.
But the No Nut Month actually had 5 Thursdays in 1939. So no, this isn't about World War II. I thought it was going to be. I thought it had something to do with Hitler. It doesn't. When did World War II end? Chris, put that on the screen. The nation retailers, fresh off the heels of the Great Depression, were...
Bro, I went down a huge rabbit hole this the other day, and it really freaked me the fuck out. Your grandparents were alive around this... Not around. Your grandparents were alive at the same time that Union and Confederate soldiers were still alive. Like, I understand the Civil War was in like the 1850s and that was a long time ago, but like generationally, your grandparents walked the same earth around people that had owned slaves. Like, whoa.
Concerned that it wouldn't be enough time for shopping, which is all the holidays really are about. And given the...
This country's only 3 generations old. You mean 300 years. 3 generations is averagely like 75 years, like 80 years. People have kids like every 30 years.
Situation that the nation's economy had been in for the prior decade, the National Retail Dry Goods Association propositioned President Franklin Delano Roosevelt to change the date. In that August, FDR said, Thanksgiving's a week earlier because we gotta get shopping, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, buy that turkey a little bit earlier because we're changing a national holiday so you can spend more money. And everyone loved it.
Oh, God, man. I fucking hate cutting. I'm at the age now where when I go to the family Thanksgiving, there's like a potential that I'm the guy that has to cut the turkey. It's a task that I knowingly have to take, but I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I don't like cutting the turkey. But I feel like you're unk. I don't think it's really unk. I think it's that my parents are divorced. It's my parents are divorced and my family doesn't really do Thanksgiving together. So it's like, I'm like the only guy that's like going to do it. So it's like, so, you know, like in an average like family, how is that funny? Because I don't care. I don't know. Like, it's like laughing at the sadness, you know? I don't know. It doesn't upset me. Like, I've always had divorced parents, but it's like something where it's like, you know, I'm not in a regular honestly, today, it kind of isn't a regular American household to have divorced parents. I mean, type 1 in the chat if you have divorced parents. It's probably very normal. Like, there's probably fucking, 35% of chat probably is divorced parents. Yeah, it's like, it's not a big deal. I don't want to say it's not sad, right? But it's like, it's not rare to have divorced parents.
Change a holiday date for no reason besides shopping. Oh wait, they hated it. There was an uproar and everyone was pissed. Republicans immediately dubbed the new Thanksgiving date Franksgiving, which I think we should still call it that, and just down 1 billion hot dogs. Turkey. Political opponents of FDR actually said that FDR acted like Hitler by doing this, so I wasn't wrong. Hitler was gonna show up. God damn it, I knew it. I could smell him. Which, this was also crazy to say because keep in mind, Hitler was still very much alive at this point, and a New Hampshire senator suggested that moving Thanksgiving was so crazy, FDR might as well just cancel winter. So overall, we got some big feelings about this day full of...
Oh my God.
turkey. We got some big feelings about them potatoes and mash. This issue literally divided the country. That year, 23 states celebrated Turkey Day early, 22 celebrated on the 5th Thursday, and Colorado, Mississippi, and Texas celebrated both. Bunch of fat.
Isn't it a rule now, though, in place that it's always the 4th Thursday? It was always the last Thursday until we reached a situation where there was now the 5th Thursday, so what do we do? Or was it still just always the 4th?
The issue actually persisted through 1941, with Thanksgiving splitting the country apart and serving.
I'm going to be 100% real here. Until 3 days ago, I did not know that Thanksgiving was celebrated on a specific weekday in correlation to the month rather than a date. Like, if you put me on Jeopardy and you were like, when is Thanksgiving? A week ago, I would not have been able to say the 4th Thursday. I would have just gone in late November. I don't know. In late November. Sometime in November. Like, I don't know holidays that are celebrated on... I know holidays that are celebrated on specific dates. I don't know holidays that are celebrated on, like, random days. Like, Easter's always the first Sunday after the full moon that occurs during the spring equinox. Like, that is, I wouldn't, like, that's why I could tell you that, but I wouldn't know when Easter is, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would just be like, I don't know, I'm going to check my calendar. Easter's celebrated between March 22nd and April 25th, depending on the year.
Finally, in December 1941, Congress passed a law officially making Thanksgiving the 4th Thursday of November. Overall, the moral of the story is Congress can fix everything. God bless Congress, they're so good at their jobs. But while Thanksgiving weekend served as a kickoff for Christmas shopping for nearly a century, the term Black Friday wasn't actually used to describe it until the 1950s. And we have our friendly folks over in Philadelphia to thank for this one. What a garbage city. If you don't know, Philly, which calls itself the city of brotherly love, is full of asshole penis people who suck so much. Case in point, in 1960.
Wow. I will say the city of brotherly love doesn't work. Okay, here's the thing. As somebody that goes to Philly all the time, is he wrong? Yes and no. People in Philadelphia are dickheads to each other. But when it comes to Philadelphia people, Philadelphians, they will always band together against other cities. So in a regular day-to-day basis, yes, somebody from Philly's probably going to be a dick to you. But if it comes to sports or anything, like if you want somebody from Philly to like you, walk down the street, you get in a kerfuffle with each other, go Birds. Especially if it's during a football game day, go Birds. They'll be fine. Now you're immediately friends with each other, and because you have a common ground. And you could say that about any sports team, but I think, like, dude, people don't understand, like, Philadelphians will blow up their city over a football game, win or lose. They grease the poles. So people can't climb the poles and injure themselves. Like a cartoonish-esque solution, they will make it so it's really hard to climb things. Like, it's bad. But that's how much they love the sport, right? Or just love their city's teams.
Santa Claus came out on the field during a football game and everyone booed him, and they probably threw bad.
Wait, what?
Case in point, in 1968, Santa Claus came out on the field during a football game and everyone booed him, and they probably threw.
Right, because he was probably delaying the game. There's got to be a valid reason they were booing Santa Claus.
Batteries at him or something. And why did they do?
Okay, maybe they threw batteries at him. I don't know. Get him off the field, you know? Fucking.
This, well.
Get him off the field. The game's got to fucking start up.
Because their team was winning. And it sounds crazy, but.
That makes sense.
Eagles were so bad that year that they could have secured themselves the #1 draft pick, who at the time was O.J. Simpson. Just so much fun we're having with history today. But instead, the team started winning, which meant they lost the opportunity to draft O.J., and they decided to take it out on Santa. Anyway, that's just a little taste of holiday spirits in Philadelphia.
Maybe it was for the better.
So it makes sense that cops in the city started referring to the day after Thanksgiving as Black Friday as a way to describe their awful working conditions. Philly's finest were already peeved that they were forced to...
Santa Claus gets a few batteries thrown at him.
work instead of spending time with their families, and to top it off, the shift was an absolute struggle. Between the holiday shopping and the slurry of people dropping into the city to watch the annual Army-Navy football game, it was just literally the worst type of people showing up. Not to mention that shoplifting and petty theft skyrocketed due to chaotic conditions. Black Friday soon took on a life of its own with local slang, and by the 1960s, several shops used it to promote their sales. However, the negative connotations didn't sit well with the business community at large in Philly, and they tried to change the name to Big Friday. Black Friday? That's a little sad. We'll call it Big Friday. And everyone in Philly said, your mother. We're calling it Black Friday, and also I'm gonna break a window. Sorry, business daddies, the nickname chooses you. I didn't write that. I don't know who wrote that. Jimmy must have written. That's a sad little sentence. And so Black Friday, as we know it, was born. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Hitler. By the time the ball dropped on the 80s, the term Black Friday had successfully spread from Philly to the entire United States. To make the name seem less gloomy, retailers spun the narrative, insisting
Because Philly runs a lot of U.S. culture, Chad. I'm going to glaze that city. Is there bias? Yes. Is there bias? Yes. I'm not even from Philly, but I go there all the fucking time.
Black stood for profits, which isn't entirely wrong. In business, if you're in the black, you're in profits, and if you're in the red, you're in the negative. So kinda, it's lame, but it works. The Black and Black Friday was rebranded to mark the point when a store's profit turned positive for the year. Not only did this rebrand totally ignore the Black Friday's history as part of cops being bitches, it isn't even accurate to say that most stores operate at a loss until Christmas. But does the truth really matter here? You can get 10 toasters for a nickel. Get in there. Plus, at this point of the year, we're talking about virgin births and flying reindeer and roasting chestnuts. No one has ever roasted.
Yeah, and I would honestly argue that a lot of businesses run at a higher positive during the year than they do in the last quarter. Because the last quarter is where businesses want to spend the most money. If you've ever noticed when you see the most ads during the holiday season, it's not because it's the holiday season. It's because it's the end of the tax season. And so businesses want to pay a lot of influencers a shitload of money because they want write-offs for the previous tax year. So they budget a lot of spending that they previously hadn't had into the last 2-3 months out of the year because that's when they need to get the fucking money out so they don't have to pay taxes on it. So they can benefit on it in the next year, but they can take the tax repercussions this year or the tax benefits this year. So they always pay you. Like, that's one of the weirdest things, too. You taught us that? Yeah. Or who taught you that? Myself. Being in the fucking business. If ad companies always pay influencers net 30 to net 60. So if you do an ad for them in March, you're not going to get paid till May. But if you do an ad in November or December, best fucking believe they're getting you that money before January 1st because they don't want to fucking pay taxes on that money. So if you ever do an ad as an influencer in December 25th, you could post it on Christmas Day. They're going to pay you in 6 days. They're going to pay you within 6 days. Because if they don't get the benefit of it.
What's another little white lie on the pile, especially when that pile is making people extremely filthy f***ing rich? The 1980s saw a massive rise in consumerism. During the decade, over 16,000 shopping centers were built, and the crown jewel of all the consumerism was the shopping mall. There were approximately 2,500 malls in America during the Reagan years. And it made sense. As Americans left the city for green lawns of the suburbs, malls became the late 20th century version of the—
Do you think malls will ever like spark up again? Or are they like full dead forever? Because it's really like the mall apocalypse has affected the big mall. Or not the big malls, small malls. Big malls still function like American Dream Mall, King of Prussia. Like any huge mall you know of is still probably pretty popular. But any like small city or like lower, more kind of not chain mall, but like kind of like a strip is something that's probably gone out of business or just died off, where they have like a lot of vacancies.
The town center. It's like we're building a new capitalism-forward vision for the country. That worked out. I'm so glad we did that. In the mid-70s, 33% of US retail sales occurred in malls or shopping centers. A decade later, the number had grown to 52%. Concentrating the bulk of commerce into one centrally located center made one-stop shopping for holidays a breeze. And as a result, big event days like Black Friday made it very seductive to get shoppers into a building with thousands of stores to shop in, and it's not even 1,000, it's like 10. Why did I lie? This also led to stores waging—
Actually, though, bro, a mall could have 100 stores. 5 of them are interesting. 5. I could walk past fucking 30 stores in a mall, be like, dud, dud, dud. This place has gizmos. I'm in. And then I walk in. It's all ass, shitty products, overpriced. Walk out. repeat the same process. Annie Ann's, yeah, you got to do the traditional stop at Annie Ann's, grab some pretzel nugs and a large lemonade that makes you feel like you've never had water in your entire life after you're done drinking it.
Malls were the temple of materialism in the 80s, but the congregation was made up of yuppies. Yuppie is a term that stands for young, professional, upwardly mobile baby boomers. Yuppies are just young people with a bunch of money in their pocket, and they were baby boomers.
Millennials now. Millennials are the generation that have money but don't have kids, and that's why you see Disney adults. Disney adults are 85% of the time millennials because they don't have kids and they're probably dating somebody, so they're having a shared income and they could just blow it.
They suck overall. These young baby boomers had lost their hippie ethos after living through the recession, inflation, and high unemployment.
We're going to glance past it, but one of those people is naked.
This era gave birth to people like Donald Trump and TV shows like The Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous. Poor people love looking at rich people. Excess was celebrated, and luxury purchases were an important status symbol. The attitude was so
Rewind that.
prevalent that Newsweek named 1984 the year of the yuppie. Aspirational purchases became common as credit was passed out like candy. In fact, credit card debt doubled in 1980 to 1985 and then doubled again from 1985 to 1990. And I think it's very
That fast? God damn. It is crazy that modern businesses methodology or like bank methodology is try to get your customers or people that bank with you to accrue enough debt that they're able to pay it off, but that they physically cannot handle more. So they have so much debt that they're stuck in a cycle of paying you back and they're never going to be able to fully pay you back. And then once they get a little bit of that debt back, get them to accrue more debt. So they're able to fucking fully be locked in on your system.
Even nowadays, if you see someone living a luxurious lifestyle on the internet or even in your neighborhood, you're like, how is Tom affording that boat and BMW? They're putting it on their credit card. And they're going to have to pay off debt for the rest of their lives. Genuinely. Do not try and keep up with these people. They're just indebting themselves. We're all broke. They're lying. I want to put that moral onto you guys. I realized that way too late in life. These people are just in enormous amounts of debt. Speaking of debt,
I think the end of the debt cycle or what triggered the end of like, oh wow, we're all fucked is Klarna. I think Klarna and the idea of being able to buy now, pay later for things that cost $30 and you could pay in increments is fucked. Fucked. It's not like, oh, you're buying this on a credit card. It's like you're buying this, but you're going to owe us, like, you could buy a burrito for fucking $10 and pay it off over 4 months. Don't buy the burrito if you need to use Klarna. And Klarna's a failing business because they're marketing themselves to people that don't pay back debt. If you're a guy that is going to Klarna pay a fucking Uber Eats order, you're probably not going to pay that back ever. So they're just in debt. Like, I'm pretty sure Klarna loses money. I don't know if they're ever making... I feel like I gotta Google that. Does Klarna make money? They gotta be in debt. Like, crippling debt. They make money through merchant fees. Okay, that's not telling me... That's telling me how they make money. Does Klarna profit? They had a net profit in 2024 after a 2023 loss. A loss in 2025, though. They had a net loss of $244 million in 2023. And a profit of $21 million in 24. So they're barely squeaking through in business terms.
Many of these credit purchases revolved around one of Black Friday's most popular
Maybe it's late game, you know? Maybe they have to accrue the debt and they'll make it back later, but I don't know.
sale items, electronics. Between 1980 and 1989, sales of electronic products increased over $150 billion. And it makes sense. It's 1989, baby. Get yourself a personal computer. Type on that bitch. I don't care. Get yourself a television, a stereo system, video game consoles. It's all good, baby. And Black Friday electronic sales is a trend that still happens to this day. Surveys suggest that approximately 75% of all in-store Black Friday shoppers plan to buy electronics. And one of the most common electronics...
I mean, what else are you going to fucking buy? Clothes? I feel like electronics is usually what has the highest, like, markdown. because they have high profit margins. So usually it's like clothes aren't going to be something that they mark down a lot.
Regardless, Black Friday TV sales are so common that the mentality is in America that you should not buy a TV until it's Black Friday, because it's stupid to do so otherwise. Retailers report that the average discount on a TV during Black Friday will be 23%. But if everyone is offering such steep discounts, how does a retailer stand out in the crowd? It's not like they're gonna slash their own bottom lines, right? Of course not. Instead, they'll just slash the quality of life and well-being of their employees. I'm talking about a phenomenon called Black Friday creep, which is part of Christmas creep, the idea that retailers start holiday-themed sales well before the traditional season starts. Massive retailers like Amazon and Walmart
Yeah, but that's what made Black Friday no longer like a big deal.
offer an entire Black Friday week for some items. Best Buy starts its Black Friday sales.
Well, that's Cyber Monday, but then you'll see like, dude, what's a store that does like heavy Black Friday stuff? I feel like it's not Best Buy does it a lot. Yeah, fucking starting November 8th all the way through Cyber Monday. So it's a whole month. But I'm pretty sure like Walmart or like a big chain did Black Friday from like October.
The week before Thanksgiving, and Target
Like all the way through like mid-December.
starts its early
Yeah, Target November 1st through December 24th. It's not even Black Friday. Now it's, yeah, holiday savings.
Black Friday sale at the beginning of November.
Many at 40% off or higher. Like, that's lame as fuck, bro. The biggest sale you're going to have is 40% off base price. You need to have some shit that's like 90% off.
Early Black Friday
I need to be able to buy a fucking toaster for $1.
sale at the beginning of November.
For you to motivate people to actually pull up.
The race to the starting line of Christmas shopping, we got so bad in the early 2000s that employees were getting pissed because you had to work on Thanksgiving. In 2009, Kmart became the first major retailer to start its holiday sale on Thanksgiving, opening their doors at 8 p.m. for early Black Friday shopping, which, just so we're clear, was only 4 hours away from their normal opening hours, which was midnight. So why the f*** are you doing this? But not to be outdone, by 2013, shops like Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, Sears, and Macy's started opening up on Thanksgiving too. But in an insane bit of marketing, instead of calling it Thanksgiving,
Wow, dude. Like, imagine being the guy all the way in the back of the fucking line over there. Why are you even trying? Why are you even trying? Like, I feel like I'm going home.
retailers tried to rebrand it as Gary Thursday. Who the f*** is Gary? And imagine being a retail worker. It's like, don't worry, you're not going to go see your family on Thanksgiving. No, today you're going to be working Gary Thursday. Does that sound good to you? Gary Thursday was met with widespread opposition from workers, and the pandemic Christmas season effectively put an end to it. But that hasn't stopped the overall Black Friday creep. Online shopping has enabled retailers to offer digital deals early without the hassle of in-store displays or staffing. Not only does this benefit companies by pushing sales with less overhead, but it also alleviates the sheer number of shoppers in their brick-and-mortar shops on
The sheer number of shoppers ruining their businesses, or more so the workers that have to be fucking fearful of their life during a Target Black Friday deal as they watch people push down the doors and trample each other to grab and they have to check that person out.
This was a welcome change from the Y2K era of Black Friday, which became overcrowded and, in general,
like that guy could have died.
Extremely dangerous. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the part of the script where I talk about people dying, so grab your popcorn and your true crime headset and let's get into it. Also, I'm wearing a hat now. Don't mention it, my hair was pissing me off. Between 2006 and 2021, at least 17 deaths and more than 100 injuries were tied to Black Friday shopping. For many, the most...
Oh, what? 17 deaths? That's more than one a year. I would have assumed like 5 people died.
For many, the most wonderful time of the year turns bloody in the name of good sales. Good shopping. Which makes me wonder, what limited edition release or outstanding discount would be worth getting harmed? Well, let's find out, shall we? It's time to play a...
It's gonna be, oh my god, is this gonna be like a game show? Am I gonna be able to guess? It's gonna be, like vacuums or TVs, headphones, speakers. It's going to be anything in the back of a Walmart or just a Best Buy. It's going to be tech. I feel like even somebody probably died like trying to get a hoverboard. So around that area as well. Probably the hoverboard season. Imagine being the kid that asked for a hoverboard and your parents fucking die trying to get you one.
The rules are simple, and that was actually real though. If you use code SIT, you get $1 for the first month. The rules are simple. I'm going to show you a deal, and we're going to decide just how far someone would be willing to go to obtain that deal. What deadly extremes await? Let's find out. In 2011, Walmart offered a 4 gigabyte, which is crazy, Xbox 360 Connect bundle.
4 gigabyte? 4 gigabyte. There were games that you could play on an Xbox 360 that were below 4 gigabytes. What game? Even a Call of Duty on the Xbox 360 was probably, what, like 30 gigabytes? 40? Not a digital? Ooh, yeah, if you had a disc copy, how much disc space would it take?
For $199.96 plus a $50 gift card. Keep in
So you get Xbox for $149 effectively. But they're giving you the gift card because you're obviously going to buy something that's over $50, so they're getting your business that you would rather take elsewhere. What was the price of a regular Xbox 360?
Keep in mind that this bundle was sold for anywhere between $250 and $300 at the time. Not only that,
Oh, it was 4 gigabytes of RAM. Games were just discs. They didn't have digital copies on the 360. Sorry.
keep in mind that this bundle was sold for anywhere between $250 and $300 at the time. Not only that, but the gift card really sweetened the bundle. That's free money, baby. You could walk out of there with a brand new console and a copy of Halo 3 for basically nothing. So what up
I mean, is that crazy of a deal? $300 console that you're getting for, yeah, it's 50% off. I think, yeah, getting an Xbox 360 for 50% off, one of the biggest consoles of its time. Like, the PS3 ended up selling more all time, but I'm pretty sure the Xbox 360 steamrolled initially.
would you be willing to do to play Connectimals for the first time? Survey says a woman in LA unleashed pepper spray on an entire Walmart to keep people away from the console. Luckily, only 20 people were hurt, most with only minor injuries related to fleeing the scene of the maniacal discount shopper. But there's a catch. The woman claims she only used pepper spray to protect her own self and children from other maniacal shoppers. So there's just layers of insanity here. We have adults ripping Xboxes out of the arms of children, which also makes me wonder if these kids are picking their own gifts. The 2000s were a night.
You see, that's a cheap strategy. That's a cheap strategy. Black Friday shopping is solely for adults. Hey, I originally was going to have to take, wow, you just tried to take an Xbox away from a kid. But you're choosing to bring your kids into a war zone because you're going to try and guilt other people you're going to be like, "Oh, honey, here, hold this Xbox," even though you have a fucking cart. You know, you're going to give the Xbox to your 8-year-old child knowing that that's dangerous when you could put it in the cart because then they won't take it. Walk up to the kid, boom, just grab that shit and fucking run out. Nah, yo, sorry, kid, rules don't exist in the Walmart on Black Friday. Wham, just fucking knock him out. Steal the Xbox, run out of that bitch.
Do not arm mothers during the Christmas season. Everyone's going crazy, mothers most of which, because they gotta put gifts under the tree, and they'll do anything to do that. Alright, our next deal to die for comes to us courtesy of the great nation of Canada. We all know that they're supposed to be nicer in the Great White North, so I'm assuming this is going to be mild at best. But this story-
You throw it through the ceiling tiles. You walk out, you see him, it's like there's one Xbox left, you just grab him and chuck him into the ceiling and just run off. He's like stuck in the vents.
is about sneakerheads, so the niceness of Canadians mixed with the assholeness of sneakerheads probably balances out a pretty good bunch. In 2016, the Adidas store in Vancouver hosted a Black Friday drop of vape sneaker collab called MMDR1 Olive Camo. If you're not familiar with sneaker world...
Oh, did they like resell for crazy?
Or Bape in 2016, this was a huge deal. Mainly because resellers scoop up all of the shoes and sell them on the secondary market for an insane markup. So if you wanted these cool ass kicks without spending an extra hundreds of dollars on the secondhand market, your best bet was waiting in line and being willing to pay retail. So how wild would hypebeasts go to wear something that you literally step in dog shit with? Well, let's find out. Survey says over 300 people showed up for the drop and the store had no security to oversee the crowd. One customer, who was apparently drunk, became agitated and started throwing punches at others in line. At one point, he decided, like most aggro drunk guys do, to
Oh my god, I've seen this video.
take off his shirt and challenge onlookers to fisticuffs. Eventually, he took his belt off and started swinging it around, using it as a whip to hit others in the crowd. Eventually, the cops were called to disperse the crowd and apprehended the shirtless and beltless Canadian sneakerhead. So congratulations, brother. You did a weird, aggressive striptease. You have to pay 500% markup for your dumbass shoes, and you're gonna spend the night of Christmas in jail. You. But okay, America, we're not gonna let Canada one-up us on crazy-ass consumerism, are we? Our next prize is a deep discount on a Samsung 50-inch Plasma HD TV. First,
That's worth it. That's worth it. I don't even know what the discount is, bro. But that's worth fucking throwing hands for in, what, like 2012? A fucking Samsung flat screen?
best kind of TV you can buy to this day. So I understand the what's the word I'm looking for? Hysteria. In 2008, Walmart's Black Friday sale
Oh, 2008.
offered this puppy at $798. For context,
No, see, that's the crazy shit about TVs. That TV now would be like $100. They have really expensive like 4K OLED TVs and shit, but it's like, bro, you could get a good flat screen for so much cheaper now.
Plasma screen TVs were top of the line back then. And this model regularly
Well, yeah, this specific one. This is a blocky flat screen.
retailed at over $1,000 more than Walmart's sales price. So this was legitimate.
Huh? They're selling it for $700 and normally it was around $2K.
Since 38% of Black Friday shoppers say they're in the market for a TV, a deal like the Samsung 50-incher doesn't last long. So how much plasma are you willing to lose to get this much plasma in your life? This deal brought out residents of Valley Stream, New York in droves. Over 2,000 people waited in line for Walmart's Black Friday to begin, and when a store employee started to open the doors, the impatient crowd surged forward, breaking through the metal barrier and trampling the employee to death. Instead of trying to help
Bro, they killed the fucking employee.
them, thousands of customers piled into the store, crawling over one another and the employee. When security and other Walmart workers tried to clear the store because, it was basically the scene of a murder, customers actually complained. The store did close for a few hours, but then opened back up again once they got the dead body out of there.
That's insane they didn't full close for the day. I feel like the family should be able to fucking sue Walmart for, like, crazy money there, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy gets trampled to death when they open. They close for a few hours and then fucking open back up. Yeah, sorry, we gotta clean all the blood off the floor.
But I don't know, that's a good deal on a TV. I can't talk. So that's crazy. Someone actually died, and an employee nonetheless. So now it's time for our final round of Deal or Die. And surprise, surprise, this takes place at another Walmart in Reno, Nevada in 2016. Now the thing you have to understand is there
Dude, 2016, it's like, I mean, that's, almost 10 years ago, but I feel like a lot of these stories would have been like 2005. 2006. Because, like, Black Friday shopping has consistently gotten worse over the years. Meaning, like, the sales are worse. The sales are worse, so there's no reason to go.
million in-store Black Friday shoppers that year. And there are only so many spaces in a Black Friday parking lot. The spaces at this Walmart were hard to come by, and the cars people drive are gigantic. So this altercation wasn't over a flat screen or, like I said, one of those dumb ninja products. It was over a parking spot. I mean, to keep in mind, there was an actual deal going on. Walmart had a killer deal on the DJI Phantom 3 drone. This puppy was marked down from $499 to $369, so that's wild
That's $100.
savings. So what would you do
$100 is good, but it's $100 on a fucking $500 product.
for a parking spot to get into a store that had a drone off for 26%? This one seems like it wasn't worth it. A driver was accidentally cut off in a parking lot, so he got out of his vehicle and attacked the other driver with a metal rod. The driver, who was
Yeah, I feel like that's just road rage.
getting his face smashed in, grabbed a gun from his car and fired through the window, killing the attacker. The shooter, fled the scene and claimed he feared for his life, and I don't blame him. So just to be
maybe fleeing the scene because there was, like, crazy people there. But I think in an instance like that, the shooter is in the right because the guy was attacking him with a metal rod. But fleeing the scene makes him look mad guilty. You know what I mean? Like, you got in an argument with a guy, he gets out of his car, starts fucking attacking you, trying to kill you. You shoot him, fine. But then you drive home.
clear, if you're ever in Reno, Nevada, just know that the Walmart parking lots there are ruled by Wild Wild West law. Just start shooting if you don't get a parking spot. But you know what the worst part of Deal or Die is? It's usually not worth the deal nowadays. With its dark roots in labor exploitation, aspirational consumerism, and violence, many Black Friday sales aren't even valued. All too often, stores jack up the price of an item right before the holiday just so they can offer a bigger discount on it without actually losing money. Last year, the $20 Amazon stick was raised by $20 the day before Black Friday and then sold at a 50% discount.
That should be illegal. That should be illegal. The government should do something about that. That is insane. $20, they double the price, half it by 50%. They're just selling it for what they were selling it before. But now they're just conning you into thinking that you're getting a good deal.
How are we falling for this shit? And some Black Friday sales aren't actually discounts. They're either pre-existing sales rebranded or they're just listed as sales for the hell of it. A study found that approximately 40%
Wow, it's just the same sale. I think that's scummy. I don't think that should be illegal because that's still it's still a sale. They're just calling it a Black Friday sale versus literally changing the price to then have it but still sell it for the same price you were selling it before.
A study found that approximately 41 of Black Friday items offer no real savings compared to their usual prices. Imagine getting whipped in the face with a belt, hit with a metal pipe, or shot in the chest just because you're trying to buy a drone for a regular retail price. That's the kind of behavior that will never get you into heaven. I know, I did a skit about it. But whether it's online or in-store on Grey Thursday, Black Friday, or Cyber Monday, you're gonna spend some serious money this holiday season. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna go on some spiel about the true meaning of Christmas. I want gifts, I like candy, and if I don't have good enough gifts under the Christmas tree, I act like that little bitch in Harry Potter. 45? Is it 45 or 40? I don't remember the number he says, but he's being a dick. What's his name? Trevor? No. I don't know.
Trevor Dursley, is that his actual name in the game? Or not in the game, in the movie? Isn't it Dudley?
Whatever. I just want you to know that
Yeah.
every gift you unwrap during the season of giving was paid by the blood of the proletariat and ghosts of Black Friday past. Let me know what discounts you've seen in the past where you'd go
Oh, his name's Dudley Dursley.
Wild Wild West in a Reno parking lot in order to obtain that sweet, sweet deal. Because let's face it, everybody has a price. New videos every Saturday and sometimes Wednesday. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And sometimes Wednesday. I fucking love Big Tug. That was a fun video. Coming out.